All right, we back. So we're gonna go deeper. Okay, why DNA explained. This is part 2. Um, so autosomal DNA does not tell if you are an Israelite. Okay, so a lot of people they'll do a DNA test and they just look at their autosomal DNA and be like, "Oh, I'm mostly sub-Saharan African. That means I'm an Israelite." No, it don't work like that. That's not how this works. So let's read right here. Numbers 1 to 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. All right. So they say this guy right here, so he's 83.2% sub-Saharan African. Okay. So he's mostly of Niger-Kongo blood. All right. But his paternal line, okay, it says paternal line is RM269. Okay, this guy right here will not be an Israelite. Okay, this right here don't matter. Okay, I'm going to show you why it don't matter in a second. Okay, let's look on this guy right here. They say he's 99.7% European on autosomal DNA. Okay, so he would identify as a white American. Okay, or European. That's what he would identify as. But they say his Y DNA is EU290. Okay, that means that one of his fathers on the paternal line was a black man, was a Niger-Kongo man. All right. So this guy right here would be an Israelite paternally. Okay. Paternally, the paternal line. Okay. Let's look at autosomal DNA real quick. So this right here, autosomal DNA is the DNA that comes from the 22 pairs of non-sex chromosomes in a person's cells. It's unique to each person and can be used to learn about a person's ancestry and health. All right. Now, it says right here, it says the child receives a random mix of both parents' autosomal DNA, a random mix. Okay. So let's say right here, say parents right here, parents got 50%. Okay. They got 25% from, okay, no, I'm gonna say it like this. The parent right here, say the parent right here. Say the parent got 50% from his dad and 50% from his mom, which that's what you're gonna take. You take 50% from both your mom and your dad. Okay, take 50% from your mom and dad. But it's a random mix though. Okay, it's not no something concrete. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's gonna be sure of. Okay, it's a random mix. Look right here. It says full siblings have different admixtures of autosomal DNA. Full siblings. Okay, you have say full twins. I even say full twins. Full twins will have different autosomal DNA. Okay, so the autosomal DNA right off the bat, like right off based off of this, should tell you that you can't really trace your paternal lineage through autosomal DNA. You can't tell if you're Israelite through this. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So look right here. Autosomal DNA tests can usually trace ancestry back 5 to 6 generations. This is because the percentage of DNA from each generation becomes too small to track reliably after a certain point. All right. So if it becomes too hard to track at a certain point, because the DNA becomes so small, right? So that means, say about the 12th. Let's go back. Let's say about so you see right here, the fourth great grandparents. You see you only get about 1% from them, from each of these. Okay, let's say you go back to the 12th great grandparents. You would probably get nothing from them. Okay, no autosomal DNA from them. You see what I'm saying? You can't really trace your ancestry. Your according to the Bible, you can't really trace your ancestry through that. Okay. But on the other hand, Y DNA, right? Because Y DNA can potentially go back many generations, sometimes even thousands, as it is passed directly from father to son with the minimal changes, okay, allowing you to trace your paternal lineage through a nearly unbroken line for a very long time, depending on the test and analysis. This could represent dozens or even hundreds of generations, depending on the mutations present in your Y chromosome. Okay, direct paternal line. Y-DNA only traces your father's lineage, meaning it only looks at the male line of ancestors. Only the male line, okay? This is what you want, okay? By the house of their fathers. Y-DNA. Minimal mutations. Unlike other DNA, the Y chromosome experiences very few changes from generation to generation, okay? All right, so let's say this guy right here. Let's say he 89.5% African, sub-Saharan African. So say he mostly of Niger-Kongo origin, through autosomal DNA. Okay, he gonna look like this. He gonna look black. Okay, but they say his Y-DNA is RM269. That means his paternal line goes back to a European. Okay, so a European seed kept mixing into the black population, and this how you get this type of person right here. Okay, so this will not be an Israelite. Okay, no matter how much of his autosomal DNA is of how much his autosomal DNA shows Niger-Kongo, it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so they say I'm an Israelite because my DNA is mostly Niger-Kongo. That's what they say. That's basically what they be saying. That is false. Okay, very false. All right. So we already went over this in another video. Okay. Why didn't they go from son, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, so on and so forth? All right. Then the son, okay, cannot pass on his mtDNA to his children. Okay. Okay. In each of these the son, the father, they all have different mtDNAs. Okay. They don't have the same mitochondrial DNA. All right. Each one of these, they got different moms. Okay. They don't have the same mitochondrial DNA. But they all have the same Y-DNA. Okay. That's an unbroken male line. All right. So this is what they usually run to. You see a lot of these people, they run to GEDmatch and say they're Israelite. All right. That's what they go to. They go to GEDmatch. All GEDmatch tells you is how similar your autosomal DNA is to those population groups. Okay. That's all it tells you. There's no tracing the paternal lineage. All right. And it'll tell you none of that. All right. If I say this is mine, no, this ain't mine. Okay. But you see this guy right here? He's showing his GEDmatch results. This is Ethiohelix, probably Ethiohelix plus French. As you can see, he got by Moon showing his closest population. But all this showing the similarities to that group. Okay, that's all it's showing. Your autosomal DNA similarities, but your autosomal DNA is not. You only get a random mix from your parents. Yeah, so it's a random mix from your parents. So it's not really reliable to say, "Hey, I'm an Israelite." Okay, don't work like that. All right. This is my results now. Look at this. So they don't go to Ethiohelix plus French. They go to the MDLP World 22. This is what they go to. So they want to look for this right here. They want to see limba. This is what they want to see. Now this is mine right here. Just because mine say limba, okay, does not mean I descend from a limba paternally. Okay, I mean, that don't mean my father go all the way back to limba. No, that's not what that means. All right, it's just saying that my autosomal DNA is similar to that group. Right, that's all it's showing. All right, so I highly doubt my paternal line will go back to a limba man. Okay. My Y-DNA is EU290, and I don't think limba have EU290 like that. Okay, you see what I'm saying? It's different subclades of E1b1a. So I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna do an African ancestry test. Okay, and I don't think my stuff's gonna show back limba. Okay, my paternal tribe. All right, it's not gonna show limba. I'm pretty sure it ain't. All right, so this right here don't matter. This autosomal DNA stuff don't matter. All right. And look right here. Even limba themselves, right? They are a half Israelite people. Okay. What I mean by that is only 50% or a little bit more than that have E1b1a. Okay. The other half is this J haplogroup. Okay. It's two J haplogroups they have, but they have that J haplogroup. Most likely you're gonna see a limber man with having this JM67. All right. So the other half of the limber are not Israelites. One half of the limber is Israelites, and the other half is not Israelites. Okay. Boom. All right. So now look at this. Okay. Ezra 2 and 26. These sought to register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but they were not found. Therefore were they, as polluted, put from the priesthood. Okay. Verse 32 and 9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. All right. So okay, in Ezra, it was some men. They were trying to get registered. They were trying to get registered. They were trying to get you know what I'm saying, get they family line registered, be reckoned by genealogy, but they was not found. Okay, so they say this guy right here, say he was part of that group. They told him, hey, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get out of the temple. You can't be around the holy things. All right. So they had to, y'all gotta move on. All right. That's how it probably went down. All right. So now look at this right here. EM2, okay, it was also called E3A, and now it's called E1b1a. All right. And you see right here, sub-Saharan Africa, okay, mostly, okay, you're gonna see Niger-Kongo peoples right here. And they're gonna have that EM2, that E3A, or that E1b1a. It was just the same thing. They're gonna have this E1b1a haplogroup. All right. Boom. All right. Now I find this picture from what's the channel name? Genesis 49ers. Okay, they was talking about E1b1a. All right. But look at this right here. Y chromosome testing, okay? Let me read this first. Because our chromosomes are passed from father to son virtually unchanged, males can trace their paternal ancestry by testing their Y chromosome. Y chromosome testing uncovers a person's Y chromosome haplogroup, the ancient group of people from whom one's paternal lineage descends. Because only one's male line direct ancestors are traced by Y DNA testing. No females nor their male ancestors from whom a male descends are encapsulated in the results. Okay, so that means is my mom's dad does not pass on his Y DNA to me. Okay, I get my Y DNA from my dad, not my mom's dad. Okay, that's how that works. Look at mitochondrial DNA. I don't even need to read this. All right, let's look right here. Okay, so this red box right here is showing this right here. Okay, this blue box showing this right here. Now, it's RM269, right? Okay, that this boy right here has. It came from this man, his dad, Rock. Okay, from his dad, Rock. His dad, Rock, was white, European. Right now, his mom, her dad was EU290. Okay, so she was an Israelite, but he was this white man was RM269. All right. So this boy right here, he would have his mom. He would have L3E mtDNA. Okay, but his Y DNA would be RM269. Okay. Look at his sister right here. The sister would have L3E. Okay, but her dad, right? Her dad is of RM269. Okay. So Leah has the L3E mtDNA. Okay, she passed it on to her children. Now this boy right here, he will not pass on L3E to his children. Okay, it's his children right here. He will not pass on his L3E to his children. Okay, let's say this girl right here. Let's say her mtDNA is L1. Okay, So for her mtDNA is L1. These kids will have L1 mtDNA. Okay, but we really want to focus on Y DNA. Okay, so as you can see, Rock, he had a mixed child, right? This mixed child, okay, got with the Israelite woman. This girl's dad was we're just gonna say EU 292, okay? We'll say this girl dad was EU 290. She was an Israelite, okay? But he himself is of RM 269, so he would not be an Israelite, but she would be an Israelite, and then he would have kids, right? His son would not be an Israelite. Okay, his son would still be RM 269. Okay, even though he got darker, the children got darker, right? Because he been mixing with black folks, right? They keep going down the line. They will get darker and darker. All right, get darker and darker. They keep mixing with black people. All right, it stays the same. RM 269. That's your paternal lineage. All right, not an Israelite. No matter how much they keep mixing with other Israelite people, okay, they're still gonna look. They're gonna look like black people, but they're gonna, and that white DNA is not gonna be showing Israelite. All right, let's look on this side. So a non-Israelite woman, okay, she's a non-Israelite woman. Excuse me, y'all. So non-Israelite woman got with a Israelite man, and an Israelite man say his white DNA was EP252. All right, they have children. Okay, boom. As you can see, his son. Okay. Then his son got with Israelite woman. Okay. They had children. You see, it passed down. The EP252. All right. Boom. All right. I'll read this right here. Inherited haplogroups are genetic groupings that are passed down from a common ancestor through the Y chromosome or the mitochondrial DNA. They are used to trace ancestry and understand the human migration and evolution. All right. So now, I just had a show. Okay, there's a lot of people, a lot of famous, the people that we would call black. Okay, that had a different Y DNA than E1b1a. Okay, it's not their fault. It wasn't their fault. It was because of rape and things like that. Martin Luther King is one. Okay, 23andMe confirmed that Martin Luther King's son had a Y chromosome lineage originated from Ireland. Okay, it's from 23andMe. So Martin Luther King's son had this Ireland originating Y chromosome. Okay, lineage, Y chromosome lineage. All right, so Martin Luther King was not an Israelite. Okay, Muhammad Ali is another one. Okay, now Muhammad Ali is R1BL21. All right, his brother did a big Y testing. Okay, Muhammad Ali did a big Y testing. Okay, and he showed up R1BL21. So Muhammad Ali will have the same thing because they are brothers and they come from the same dad. Okay, that's how that works. Michael Jackson. Okay, it's R1BU152. Okay, big Y testing of a relative descending from Michael's paternal great grandfather. Okay, Israel Nero Jackson Sr. Like somebody who was saying from their great grandfather Israel Nero Jackson. They had the Y DNA R1BU152. So that means Michael would have that. Okay. Now Nas, I didn't put Nas stuff here, but I think Nas did one of them DNA testings, and they showed that, but they didn't show it, but he came up haplogroup I. Okay. I think that's Spain and Portugal or something. Yeah, something like that. All right, that's Nas. All right, you see, and now look right here. Nelson Mandela. Now he was E1b1a. All right, Nelson Mandela was E1b1a. Marcus Garvey. He had a paternal lineage tracing back to Portugal and Spain. All right. Now, Dr. Rick Kittles of African ancestry, the one who came up with African ancestry. His Y-DNA or his paternal lineage goes back to Germany. Okay. Now, I want to say this too. African ancestry does not show your Y-DNA haplogroup, but they can trace you to an African tribe. So do your Y-DNA testing from another company to get your paternal haplogroup, and then do African ancestry patch clan test to see which tribe you link to paternally. All right. Now look right here. It says this is what African ancestry says on their website. It says the Patrick clan test has a 35% chance of returning a non-African result. We believe that occurs as a result of white men, slave owners, slave traders or others, fathering sons with enslaved African women. This happened a lot. Those men passed their European ancestry to their African male children. All right. This is what they say. All right. Let's do some little bit of digging into numbers. All right. So say there 20 million black men, right? Okay. That's 48% of the total black population. All right. It says right here, 60% of African Americans who were sampled in 2007 were of haplogroup E1b1a. All right. So right here, right? Put this in the calculator. 20 million times 0.60, you get 12 million. Right. So that's how many Afro-American males would be E1b1a. All right. The other half would be 8 million. Okay, that's 40%. 8 million African American men would be of another haplogroup that's not E1b1a. All right. So you know what I'm saying? That's a large number. Okay, it's a large number of African American men that does not have E1b1a. Real big number. Okay. All right, let's move on. Oh, let me see this right here. Look, see the Jacksons. All of them will have the R1b-U152. All right. No matter how they look black, they look like Negroes, their Y-DNA is R1b-U152. Okay. And not E1b1a. All right. Look at the Haitians. All right. In 2023, there's the male population of Haiti was approximately 5.81 million. All right. So, yep. All right. So, do the calculations. See right here. 3.4% was found to have E1b1a. Okay. So, boom. Okay. So, 3,683,540 would be Israelites. Yisolele. Okay. The other half, okay, 2,126,460. Okay. Boom. All right. So it doesn't matter how dark your skin is. None of that matters, man. Matter of fact, I forgot to show that. Let me go back. Let me show this real quick while I'm playing. Messing around. All right.
Hi, I'm Rick Kittles, co-founder and scientific director of African Ancestry. You know, in my travels around the country, I meet a lot of people, and many of them have the same questions. And so I thought it would be a good opportunity now to answer questions that you may have. Many people wonder, when their results come back and one of these lineages is European, does it mean that they're 100% European? And the answer is no. Remember, African Americans are very mixed in terms of ethnicity and ancestry because of the experience of the transatlantic slave trade. And so immediately upon arrival here in North America, there was a lot of mixing going on. And so we see remnants of that in the DNA of African Americans. A lot of men, when they test their Y chromosomes, get a little nervous because, in fact, 30% of the Y chromosomes that we test of African American men are of European ancestry. And so many of them get upset or they are concerned when the match comes back European. You know, I've heard many men say to me, well, I'm very dark skinned or I'm African. You can just look and see, but you told me that I'm European. What we told you was that your Y chromosome goes back to Europe, meaning that there was a European male in your family lineage, and that was part of what we see on your Y chromosome test. It doesn't mean that you're European. It just means that that lineage went back to Europe. And if we were to test 12, 15, 16 lineages, they'll go in many.
I'm gonna say this. Biblically, that would mean he is European, okay? By the Bible, okay? That's their nation, okay? That's what that means.
Different places because we're a very mixed population. When I perform ancestry testing on myself, what I found was 90% West African ancestry and 9 to 10% European ancestry. So that reflects that 10% of my genome that's of European ancestry. And in fact, a big chunk of that 10% is the Y chromosome because I'm one of those 30% of black men who have a European Y chromosome. So having a match that goes back to Europe doesn't mean that you have no African ancestry.
All right. All right. So you see, as he said, because you dark skinned don't mean nothing. Okay, you still have a European paternal line. You know what I'm saying? European paternal line. All right. Now let's go to Afro-Bahamians. All right. Says about 75% of the Bahamian paternal lineage is E1b1a. All right. The population, I'm gonna say about 400,000. All right. So males be 196,000. All right. 75% would be 147,000. All right. Then the other half, the other 25% would be 49,000. All right. All right. So boom, jumbo slice right there. He's American born Bahamian. All right. Look at Afro-Jamaicans. Okay. See the males 1,226,026. All right. It says 60.4% were found to have E1b1a. All right. So about 740,519 would be Israelites. Okay. Afro-Jamaicans, okay. About 485,507 would be not Israelites. Okay. Non-Israelites. All right. Look right here. See. All right. Boom. Now this blew my mind right here. All right. I couldn't understand it, but it is what it is. All right. So look. It says according to available research, the percentage of Afro-Mexican men carrying the Y-DNA haplogroup E1b1a is generally considered to be around 2 to 6%, reflecting a small but significant African ancestral component within the Mexican population, primarily due to the transatlantic slave trade. According to available research, a small percentage of Afro-Mexicans carry the E1b1a haplogroup, typically representing a small portion of their overall genetic ancestry, as the majority of Mexican ancestry is derived from European and indigenous populations, with only a limited African contribution, usually around 2 to 3% of the population. Okay. I got it from two different sources saying the same thing. Right now, look, only 2% of Afro-Mexican men will have E1b1a, right? So That's 24,000. Okay, out of 1,200,000. Right, on 24,000 we'll have E1b1a. Very small. All right, now we're gonna compare this to the overall Mexican population in a second. All right. Afro-Mexican males is not Israelites. About 1,176,000. Okay. So 98%, okay, will not be Israelites. For the Afro-Mexicans. Bruh. Like what? All right. So by and large, the Afro-Mexicans, they are not Israelites. All right. Not Yisolele. All right. Look right here. So if it say 2%, right? 2% of the, now they said 2% also of the Mexican population is E1b1a. So not just 2% of the Afro-Mexican, but 2% of the Mexican population itself. Okay, so we're gonna do some calculation. All right, now look right here. Let's look right here. It says, we'll just read this real quick. According to available research, the frequency of the E1b1a Y-DNA haplogroup in Mexico is considered to be low, primarily representing a small portion of the population's ancestry linked to African admixture, typically found at a frequency of around 2% or less within the Mexican mestizo population. The Mexican mestizo population, okay, the mixed population, the ones that look like this, okay. This is due to the dominant European ancestry in Mexico, with the most prevalent Y-DNA haplogroup being R1b. All right. I read right here. In Mexico, the term mestizo, okay, literally means mixed, refers to the identity of those of mixed European, mainly Spanish, and indigenous Mexican descent. All right. I'll read right here. According to these criteria, estimates of the number of mestizos in Mexico vary from about 40% of the population to over 90%. 90%, including indigenous people that do not recognize themselves as part of an indigenous culture and white Mexicans, okay, who do not belong to the country's cultural indigenous minorities. All right. So let's see, the total Mexican population is 128.5 million, right? So the Mexican males, all right, we're gonna go ahead and say this, it's 62,322,500, right? Now, at 2% of these Mexican males would be E1b1a. All right, so 1,266,450 would be E1b1a. But as we just seen in the previous slide, only 24,000 Afro-Mexican males have E1b1a. So the other the other large majority of E1b1a in Mexico has to be looking like this. Okay, you can't say the Afro-Mexicans, because the Afro-Mexicans only have E1b1a at 24,000. At about 24,000, right? Now, okay, of course we know the large majority of Mexicans will not be Israelites, okay? The large majority of Mexico males, okay? But 2% of Mexico males will be Israelites, okay? All right, so let's look. All right, so basically, majority of Mexicans and Afro-Mexicans are not Yisolele. Majority, okay? Only a remnant exists in Mexico. Only a remnant of Israelites exists in Mexico, okay? So more of this, right? More Israelites look like this than those that look like this, okay? That's what we just seen, all right? I see, okay? Boom. All right, so now we gotta talk about this, all right? They say, well, they this ain't no Israelite because such and such. All right. Now look at this right here. I'm just going to get to the point. Moses, it was written in the law that we can't mix with other people. Okay. Right here it says you can't mix. All right. But according to this, we can mix. All right. So that's out the window. Okay, about saying that it's not an Israelite because we've been mixed seed is not Israelites, right? Because the Nehemiah and Ezra and them kicked out the mixed seed. All right. We I'm gonna get some more scriptures in a second. But basically, what I get from the Ecclesiastes 26 and 19 is that uh uh don't mix the give your children pride in their goodly descent. That's basically what I got from it. Okay. Mixing is you're unsure about your identity. Okay. Like I was unsure about my identity at first, but that's why I did a DNA test. I was like, hold on, bro, am I really an Israelite? You know what I'm saying? My granddad was from Puerto Rico. I don't know if I had a white paternal ancestor. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did a DNA test. I was like, I want to make sure. All right. I didn't want to be calling myself an Israelite. I'm not an Israelite. All right. So go ahead and move on. Yeah, y'all can read this. All right. All right. So this is an example of Israelite men mixing right here. The example of Israelite men mixing. Okay. Simeon. Okay. He had a son who was Shaul, Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. Okay. Simeon had a Canaanite wife. All right. And he produced Shaul. All right. Sons of Simeon, Shaul. Okay. But guess what? Remember I told you the father, okay, Simeon did not pass on the empty DNA to his son, but he passed on his Y DNA. He didn't pass on his empty DNA, but he passed on his Y DNA to his son. Okay. Right? Shaul had a Canaanite mom, right? But Shaul had sons, right? Shaul did not pass on his empty DNA to his sons. Okay. But he passed on his Y DNA to his sons, which became the Shaulites. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Empty DNA don't really matter. It's about that Y DNA. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. About that paternal lineage. All right. According to the Bible, Shaul's descendants were Shalom, Mipsam, and Mishma. Okay. Mishma's descendants were Hamuel, Takur, and Shimei. All right. All right. So the Shaulites, right? It was called Shaulites. It was still recorded as Israelites. Okay. It didn't matter about Shaul being of mixed seed. All right. Did they kick Shaul out? Hold on. Did they kick Shaul out? No, they did not kick Shaul out. Okay. You can't kick no Shaul out. All right. He's one of the this how the tribes of Simeon got into got into witch collar. You know what I'm saying? Boom. All right. All right. So boom. So now we on Shelah. It's another Israelite. Judah. Now Judah had a Canaanite wife, right? No, what's his name? And Onan, right? And Onan, they had the same mom, okay, as Shua. Remember, they had the same mom. And Onan had the same mom as Shelah, man. Excuse me. And Onan had the same mom as Shelah. All right. But I don't know why I didn't say it right here, but they had the same mom. All right. So now look. They was born of Shua. Their mom was Shua, a Canaanite woman. All right. They were right here. Shilonites of the Israelites. Okay. Numbers 26 and 20. The descendants of Judah by their clans were through Shelah, the Shilonite clan. Okay. They didn't kick Shelah out. They didn't kick his seed out. Y'all mix. Get out of here. No, they didn't do that. All right. They were Israelites. All right. Still some more Shilonites right here. Okay. So all 4 Chronicles 9 and 1. So all Israel were reckoned by genealogies, and behold, they were written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, and were carried away to Babylon for the transgression. Verse 5, and of the Shilonites, okay, the same descendants, Shilonites, okay, the same people, Shilonites, right? Isaiah, the firstborn, and his sons, all right? Boom. Okay, it's tribe of Joseph, Ephraim, Manasseh. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons, okay? Asenath, the daughter of Pontiphera. Okay, Asenath the Egyptian. All right, Joseph married Asenath the Egyptian. All right, Manasseh and Ephraim. Boom. Now this is what Jasher said. We're gonna read Jasher. I ain't gonna skip over this. Let's read Jasher real quick. Jasher 73 and verse 33. But Moses remember how Abraham had made his servant Eleazar swear, saying unto him, thou shalt not take a woman from the daughters of Canaan for my son Isaac. 34. Also, what Isaac did when Jacob had fled from his brother, when he commanded him, saying, thou shalt not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan, nor make alliance with any of the children of Ham. For the Lord our God gave Ham, the son of Noah, and his children and all his seed as slaves to the children of Shem and to the children of Japheth, and to their seed after them for slaves forever. All right. Therefore Moses turned not his heart nor his eyes to the wife of Kikanis all the days that he reigned over Cush. All right. So Moses had an Ethiopian wife, right? They said he didn't ever sleep with that Ethiopian wife, according to Jasher. Right. However, remember, Moses told them what? That's what Moses told them. Let's go back. Y'all missed it. Right here. This Moses saying this now. Numbers 31 and 15. Moses said unto them, have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the manner of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. And therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that have known man by lying with them. But all the women children that have not known man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves. So Moses told them, y'all can mix. Okay? Just you can't have a woman that's that slept with man before, right? Let's look right here. Right here. Okay, read Judges 3 and 5. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites, and they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their gods. Okay? And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and forgot the Lord their God, and served Balaam and the groves. All right. So we mixed with Ham. Okay. So of course it is. I don't understand why you couldn't mix with Ham. When it didn't change anything, we still Israelites today. I'm gonna show you that even in Africa, they're mixed. They're mixed with the other nations, other peoples that's in Africa. Okay, the Niger-Kongo people, not all Niger-Kongos are Israelites. Right? I'm gonna show that too. We're gonna get into that. All right, hold on. See right here. What I need them friend. Yeah, right here. All Yisolele populations are mixed. I had to say this right here. All right, we're going to it right now. Okay. So put away the children, right? That's what they say. Put away the children. Now I said verse 3, Ezra 10 and verse 3 says, now therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives and such as are born of them. All right. Put them away, right? That's what you say. All right. If you say mixed seed aren't Israelites, then all Yisolele needs to be put away. Okay. Mixed with Canaanites, Ephraim, Joseph, the tribe of Joseph, they're descendants of Asenath, an Egyptian. Okay. Everybody need to be put away. Judah married a Canaanite. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Then we had mixing going on. Look at this right here. So they tested 705 Niger-Kongo peoples, okay, from different groups, okay, probably from Ashanti, the Akan, just say the Akan, just say the Bakongo people, all these different Bantu to West Africans. They had got a number of samples, right? Look at this right here. Only 68.2% is E1b1a. Okay, according to the if you're saying the whole Niger-Kongo population, all right, this is the estimate. All right, they say about only 68.2% would be E1b1a. Okay, So the other portion is wet. Okay. You got B, you got E1A, you got A, you got E2, you got E1b1b, you got R1b. All right. You got all these different other haplogroups. Okay. Let's look at the Bantus in southeastern Bantus. Say, okay, southeastern Bantus. All right. They carry E1b1a at 66.2%. All right. 16.3% was haplogroup B. 5.0% was haplogroup A. Okay, probably the AM13 of the Nilotes. Okay, the B, probably of the Nilotic peoples. Okay, see what I'm saying? Then they had E2. 10.2% was E2, which is of the Nilotic peoples. Okay, mixing been going on. Okay, even in Africa, they are mixed. Okay, you're saying mixed seed ain't Israelites, then all of us are not Israelites. All of us are not Yisolele. Okay? According to a lot of people be saying, well, Mexicans can't be Israelites. The ones that got E1b1a, they can't be Israelites because they look white. They look like mestizos. They can't be Israelites. Okay, you can't say that. Because all of us are mixed. We was mixed before we even got on the slave ships. You know what I'm saying? We was already mixed before then. See what I'm saying? Let me read right here. All right. Y'all can look at this right here. Look at this. Just look at this. Bantus of Kenya. Only 51.7% will be E1b1a. Bantus in Kenya. Y'all see this? All right. Just look at that right there. Y'all can pause it and look at that. Look at I'm gonna read this right here though. If the Niger-Kongo family are mingled, okay, the Yisolele, which are written of in Zephaniah 3:10, who would be the Israelites? Because that would mean nobody is Yisolele because the root itself is mingled. The root meaning the branch from which all Yisolele diaspora comes from. The root, as to the Niger-Kongo family, mix heavily with the people of the land, descendants of Quam. All right? We mix heavily with them. All right? So none of us in this world today would be Israelites according to some people's doctrine. All right? That's untrue. He come back for, like, Tata Zombie is here. I mean, he has a people. His people are still on this earth. Okay, we're still a large number. Okay, you can't say, "Oh, we're only a remnant." See what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't even gonna do it. Let's move on. So let's look at Kikuyu, right? Let's look at Kikuyu, for example. All right, 73. It just said 73% of Kikuyu and Kamba will be E1b1a, right? Out of 42 tested, right? So when you look at so they got Kikuyu got E1b1b, 19%. All right. Let's look at the Nilotes, okay? That's who the Kikuyu was mixing with, and that's who the West Africans mixed with before they went to West Africa, okay? And this is who the Bantus mixed with. They mixed with the Nilotic people, okay? Whatever they are, I think they're descendants of Ham. Most definitely, I think they are. And Nilotic peoples, then they come from Quam. All right. Let's read the Maasai real quick. Say 9.9% of the Maasai was E1b1a. It's out of 345. No, I'm reading the wrong thing. That's why. 26. Okay. So 16% of the Maasai was E1b1a. 60% of the Maasai was E1b1a. All right. Out of 26 tested. All right. So 4 out of the 26. Okay. 4 was E1b1a. 4 was E1b1a. All right. And you see that they had this E1b1b. Okay, this what the Kikuyu getting the E1b1b from the Maasai people. All right. Nido-Saharan. Okay, this is just the Nilotes in the Sahara in general. 9.9% was E1b1a. All right. Nilo-Saharan, just Nilo-Saharan. Okay, it's another test. 29.7% was E1b1a. Okay. Boom. Okay. Let's look right here. Now, it's many subclades of E1b1a. It's many subclades. You got EU290, you got EM191, EU175. It's a lot of subclades. All right. So I'm just looking at Kikuyu having the EM191. This is what a majority of the Kikuyu have. Okay. The EM191. What is that written out? I think that's E1b1a 7, if I'm not mistaken. Then it's E1b1a 7. But y'all can look it up. I didn't put it here. I don't know why I didn't do it. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I think it's E1b1a 7. All right. One of the branches of 7. So the my side man will most likely have this EM191, of E1b1a. Right? The ones that are E1b1a, 16%. Okay. So you can't just say, well, he's an Nilotic, he can't be an Israelite. Nah, it's about that Y-DNA. Does Y-DNA show up as ours? And then, okay, if it don't show up as ours, then he's not an Israelite. But if it shows up as ours, he's an Israelite. All right? That's how that works. All right, so, let's look right here. Okay? Keep thy strength, okay? All right, so let's read Ecclesiastes 26 and 19. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound and give not that strength to strangers. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the fields, sow it with thy own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So thy race with thy leavers shall be magnified, having the covenants of their good descent. All right. Now it says Ephraim lost his strength right here. Hosea 7-8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not. Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. And the pride of Israel testifieth to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their God, nor seek him for all this. All right. So the strength, I guess your strength would be your genetic code, your I can say that your race. Okay, your tribe, your people. You know how we got a particular look. Most Niger-Kongo people. Okay. We got a particular look. All right. Let me say that most of Yisolele has a particular look. They will look black, but not all of us will look black. All right, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. All right. All right, so Niger-Kongos of Africa mixed with not a lot of peoples. All right. Then you got this right here. You get this. Okay. That was in Mexico. Okay. There was more rape. There was a lot of rape going on, and more people that look like this do not have E1b1a. Okay. They will be something else, and more people that look like this will have E1b1a than this. Okay. So look at Brazil. Look at Brazil real quick. Okay. 10.2% of the Brazilian population identifies as Preto, black, which translates to roughly 20.6 million people, including both males and females. All right. According to the latest Brazilian census, approximately 43.5% of the Brazilian population identifies as white, meaning the white man population would be represent roughly half of that percentage, with the majority of white Brazilians residing in the south region of the country. All right. So according to the research on Brazilian Y chromosome lineage, the E1b1a haplogroup, a marker strongly associated with African ancestry, is present in a significant portion of black Brazilians, with estimates suggesting around 30 to 35% of their Y chromosome lineage could belong to this haplogroup. However, the exact percentage can vary depending on the specific region and study population analyzed. Okay. So we're just looking at some of the Afro-Brazilian populations. Okay. And Bahia, Salvador, only 47.6% had E1b1a. Okay. rural communities in Minas Gerais, only 19.4% had E1b1a. All right, it depends on the population, really. Okay, what group we're talking about? They can look full, probably look full on dark skin, and majority of them will have another Y DNA. Okay, it depends on the population, though. All right, so let's do some calculations. All right. According to the latest Brazilian census data, approximately 45.3% of the Brazilians. Let me read that over. According to the latest Brazilian census data, approximately 45.3% of the Brazilians identify as mixed race, which is considered the largest population group in the country. All right. All right. So let's see, what we're gonna look at first. According to genetic studies, Pardo Brazilian males simply show a predominant European ancestry on their Y-DNA, with estimates often placing their European ancestry percentage around 60 to 70%. All right. So we're just going to say 30% of Pardo Brazilian males is E1b1a. Okay. That's what we're going to say, 30%. All right. Then look over here. All right, 30%. See. All right, so I'm gonna read right here. According to research on Brazilian Y-DNA, a significant portion of Brazilians carry the E1b1a haplogroup, primarily due to the large influx of African ancestry in the country, with studies showing a prevalence of around 30% of the male population carrying this haplogroup, indicating a substantial number of Brazilians with E1b1a Y-DNA. All right. So let me look right here. Let's look at it. Total Brazilians first. All right. Brazilian males, okay, about 32,400,000. Okay. So going by 30% of the Brazilian male population, okay. Hold on. The Brazilian males total would be 108 million, I meant. And Brazilian males as Yisolele would be about 32,400,000. All right. So Brazilian males not Yisolele would be 75,600,000. All right. Let's look at the Afro-Brazilians real quick. Okay, the Afro-Brazilians, the population is 20,600,000. Afro-Brazilian males, about 10,300,000. All right, Afro-Brazilian males is Yisolele, is about 3,090,000. All right. Afro-Brazilian males, not Yisolele, about 7,210,000. All right. Look at the mixed race. Okay, the Pardo Brazilian males, 49,014,600. Okay. Pardo Brazilian males is Yisolele, 14,704,380. Okay. Pardo males, not Yisolele, about 34,310,220. All right. Percentage between Yisolele males, okay? Okay, between Yisolele males. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the total of the. Let's go ahead and move on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, so Yisolele male percentages out of the total Brazilian male population. Okay. All right, so total Brazilian males is Yisolele is about 32,400,000, right? So right here, Afro-Brazilians will make up only this amount of percentage, okay, of this right here. All right. No, I'm tripping. 108 million. I'm tripping. My bad. So they will make up 2% of this right here. All right. 2%, about two some percent of this right here. And the Pardo Brazilian males will make up 13% 13% of this right here, right? And white Brazilian males will make up 13% of this right here, right? I mean, damn, I should have put that right. I should have put that right there. Let's look at this over here. All right, so Yisolele Israelites or Brazilian look more pardo or white than black. All right, so boom. So they look more like this than this, okay? Now, oh, that's what I meant to say. So, of the Yisolele, the total Yisolele males in Brazil, the Afro-Brazilian males make up 9.5% of the total Yisolele Brazilian males, okay? All right, so boom. That's what I meant to say right there. All right. So according to most recent census, around 7% of Puerto Ricans identify as Black or African American alone. All right. So we're just looking at a little bit of this right here. I'll read this right here. According to genetic studies, a significant portion of Puerto Ricans carry the Y-DNA haplogroup E1b1a, representing a substantial portion of their African ancestry, although exact percentages can vary depending on the study, but generally falling within the range of 20% due to the historical slave trade in the region. Excuse me. So, Yisolele total Puerto Rican males. Let's read this first. Puerto Rican males about 1,548,304. Puerto Rican males, that's Yisolele, is about 309,661. All right. All right, so we're gonna look at that right there. Let's look at it Afro Puerto Ricans. Okay. Afro Puerto Rican males about 115,006. Right. Afro Puerto Rican males is Yisolele, about 59,803. Right. So it's 3.8%. Yeah, 3.8% of the total Puerto Rican male population. Right. That's how much the Afro Puerto Ricans make up of the total Puerto Rican male population. All right. All right, so let's move on. All right. Okay, so Afro Puerto Rican males, we see this right here. All right, 59,803. Puerto Rican males of unknown identity. Okay, they could be white or they could be mixed. Okay, it'd be about 249,858. All right. All right, so boom. It's not Yisolele. Okay, these people that's not Yisolele. Majority Puerto Rico. Okay, not Yisolele. All right. So you have Puerto Ricans that look like this. You have Puerto Ricans that look like this as Yisolele. And you have Puerto Ricans that look like this as Yisolele. But I'm pretty sure it'd be more people that look like these two right here. That would be Yisolele than this. Okay? Because of the mixture. All right. What I'm gonna get from here it says into the genealogy of their little ones and their wives and their sons and their daughters through all the congregation. Okay. All right. So 2 Chronicles 31 and 18 says into the genealogy of their little ones, their wives, their sons, and their daughters through all the congregation in the office they sanctified themselves in holiness. Okay, let's read over here. Numbers 1:18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names of 20 years old and upward by their polls. 1 Chronicles 9:1. So all Israel were reckoned by genealogies, and behold, they were written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, who were carried away to Babylon for their transgression. Right? 1 Chronicles 5:7. His brothers by their families, when the genealogy of their generations was reckoned, the chief Yall and Zechariah. 1 Chronicles 7:6. The sons of Benjamin, Bela, Becher, Jadiel, 3. And the sons of Bela, Esbon, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri, 5 heads of the house of their fathers, mighty men of valor, and were reckoned by their genealogies 20,034. 30 and 4, I meant. 2 Samuel 4:2. And Saul's son had 2 men that were captains of bands. The name of the one was Benaiah, and the name of the other was Rechab. The sons of Rimmon and Berothite, of the children of Benjamin, but Baroth also was reckoned to Benjamin. All right. So now we look. This is how we will look. Okay. Look like this. Okay. You look. I'm gonna be dark skinned. Okay. Look like this. Okay. Look like this. And we look like this. We look mixed, pardo, mixed. Okay. And you look like this. And we look like this. This is how we will look. Okay. Come in all shades and phenotypes. All right. All right. So now look. Nehemiah 7:5. And my God put into my heart to gather together the nobles and the rulers and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy. Okay. And Nehemiah 7:61. And these were they which went up from Tel Milah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, Adon, and Emer. But they could not show their father's house nor their seed whether they were of Israel. Verse 60, we're gonna skip down to verse 63. And of the priests, the children of Habiah, the children of Kos, the children of Barzillai, which took one of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite, wife, and was called after their name. These shall register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but it was not found. Therefore were they, as polluted, put from the priesthood. All right. So I'm pretty sure these men that was kicked out, right? I'm pretty sure they look like Israelites. Okay. So I'm gonna read right here. Phenotype did not matter. Those men had Niger-Kongo ancestry, and they most definitely looked like an Israelite. Okay, a Niger-Kongo man, but their seed line, or let's say their YD name, was not of Niger-Kongos. Okay. Okay, so house of the fathers, right? All Israel recognized genealogies. Okay, Kosa and Zulu. Okay, see, mixed people. Zulu man, E1b1a. Zulu, that's E2. Okay, he was kicked out. Okay, he was reckoned. All right. Okay. Remember, there are more mestizo and white-looking Mexicans that are Israelites than those who are Afro-Mexicans. All right, so boom. All right. Okay, you can be this way. Okay. Look, it could be look like this. Same thing. It look like this and be. It can look like this and be Israelites. It can look like this and not be Israelites. Okay. Phenotype do not matter. Okay. Phenotype don't tell you nothing. Okay. This the nation right here. That's Israel. Okay. You know what I'm saying? This is Israel right up here. This is not Israel. All right. With that, I'm gonna say peace.